Hey everybody, it's your favorite Apple certified nerd, codenamed Captain Banks, here to give you my take on life and technology. And today I'm going to talk about the slow, very creeping death of Adobe Flash. This is the circuit board. Alright everybody, so the death of Flash. What am I talking about? About a month ago, Adobe announced that they would kill support for Adobe Flash on all mobile operating systems. This means basically Android and Windows Mobile operating system, because we all know that the great iFounder in 2007 decided not to put Flash on the iPhone or the iPad and iPod and all those little products all of us love. Anyways, so what does this mean for all our mobile device users, all of our tablets and our cell phones? For the iOS people, not a whole lot. In fact, you might actually get a little more content, because right now all those things that are blocked by Flash will now have to convert to either JavaScript or HTML5 to provide content out to the iOS and all the non-Flash users. Now for the Windows Mobile people, well, we already have Silverlight, which does exactly what Flash does. So in the end, after a few updates, you guys will probably be okay too. But the big problem arises for Android. If you are not using Ice Cream Sandwich, then I'm sorry, but you probably have a little cheapy phone because everybody else got upgraded. But if you don't have Ice Cream Sandwich, then you're not going to really get a whole lot of new web content. Now, this being said, Ice Cream Sandwich in the very last update will have the newest version of Flash, which will come out on August 15th, and you'll get all the newest content. And then for all of you who are waiting for the new Jelly Bean release, yes, that is what the new version of Android is called. It is called Jelly Bean, everybody. If you're waiting for the Jelly Bean release, Jelly Bean will have built-in support for Adobe Flash, and on the totally Android phone, the Google Nexus, Flash support is built into anything related to Chrome, so you don't have anything to worry about. Now moving on from mobile devices, and this is where I get the slow creeping death of Flash from. Flash is starting to lose a little bit of support on the desktop/laptop side. I mean, everybody seems to do what Flash does on their own now. Now when Flash came out in the 90s, it was like the most amazing thing because people were making little animated stick figures that would go and jump around, and some of them would do a Dragon Ball Z move, or they would fight each other, or they would do whatever. And then Flash turned into something cool. You would make applications out of Flash, and you would make movies out of Flash, and you would see Flash in early Hollywood movies from like the early 90s. That was all Flash animation back then. Flash was really, really cool, and those of you who have a degree in computers like I do actually learned how to make Flash programs. But like I said before, everybody can kind of do it on their own now. Apple uses a variety of programming languages and programs such as Rosetta for the older Macs. You have AppleScript, you have Cocoa, and you have built-in integration of Java and JavaScript into pretty much everything Apple has ever made ever. Well, since Steve Jobs came back. Anyways, on the Windows side, you have Microsoft Silverlight, which does exactly the same thing as Flash does. Albeit Flash does it a little better, but there's still updates for Silverlight. Right. Also, on the Windows note, if you use a Windows 7 Aero or you use Windows Vista Aero, Flash really screws with how it works. In fact, if you want one to work properly, you got to either not use Flash and then suffer the consequences of not having all the web content you want. Like YouTube doesn't really work properly on Windows without Adobe Flash, although if you use Google Chrome, you won't notice it because Flash is built into Chrome, like I said earlier. But if you want Aero to work right, which I like personally because it makes Windows a little prettier, in my opinion. Anyways, if you want Aero to work right, you gotta not use Flash. So it's up to you what you want. I mean, at work, because of all the stuff I have to do with Flash for my work's website, I have to forsake having Aero. In fact, my Windows PC looks like it's from Windows 2000, even though it's Windows 7 Ultimate. Anyways, if you're on Linux, I don't know. I mean, you Red Hat people can do anything you want with your computers anyways, so you'll find a way around it. I'm not going to say anything more about it because I don't know a whole lot about Linux. Anyways, moving on. Am I going to expect Flash to die very, very soon? Probably not, because it's too dependent on, programs are too dependent on Flash for everything. I mean, HTML5 is up and coming, but like, for example, YouTube is switching over to HTML5, but they haven't figured out how to play ads on HTML5 yet. That's why YouTube still uses Flash Player. Right? That's my biggest example of this. So basically, once the money gets out of Flash and gets into things like CSS, HTML5, that's when you're going to see Flash die, in my opinion. It's not going to happen soon, but it's going to happen sooner or later. Probably later, though. Well, that's all from me tonight. That's my take on it. This was the circuit board.